I'm standing on the Hill of Ward here in the Boyne Valley in the heart of Ireland's ancient East. 3,000 years ago, this was known as the Hill of Clochta, when on one October 31st, a band of Druid priests lit a fantastic fire, marking the end of what was then the calendar year, the darkest time of the year, and the time when the veil between this world and the afterworld was at its thinnest. What happened then marked the beginning of what we now know as Halloween.
Is a time of plenty with regards to food, with regards to resources. People are bedding down for the winter, so they turn their mind to their ancestors, they turn their mind to the other world, to other things. It's in our molecules. Halloween, it had to travel the world to get known, I suppose. It went to America for sure, and it got great traction there, but it never lost its hold to Ireland. It never lost its origins.
What was known as Samhain in the beginning is now a month-long party for Halloween in this part of Ireland, the Boyne Valley in County Meath. More than 40 October events, including Scary Tales at Tato Park, a frightening, interactive retelling of popular children's stories, and Pharmaphobia, a working farm-turned-scream park, a fright experience that draws night crowds by the thousands. It's been named Best Halloween Attraction in all of Europe. Halloween, of course, sheds the light on Ireland's ancient history, so haunted sites on this island abound. In Northern Ireland's County Antrim, tales of witches and ghosts includes the story of Lady Isabella, imprisoned by her husband atop this 17th century tower when she failed to bear him a son.
She could bear it no longer, and a few weeks later, she dragged a stool over to the window. She climbed up and she threw herself from the battlements of the castle. And they say that she is constantly searching for the child, and that sometimes you can hear the child crying at night in the castle.
And up the coast, the ghost of a great lady is set to roam the tunnel of dark hedges, made famous in HBO's Game of Thrones.
Hello there, and welcome to Derry Halloween, the greatest Halloween celebration in the world.
Winifred the Witch is right. USA Today named the city of Derry the best Halloween destination in the world. Costume parties, parades, and shows, including the local history museum's Tower of Terror, where ghoulish creatures keep you on your toes, and spectacular light shows along the city's famous walls that date back 400 years.
It's because the people here own it. They've embraced it. They come out in force and participate. They welcome visitors. People love the experience and interaction with the people of the city and region. So
it all started 33 years ago at this pub, with an unlikely series of events during a neighborhood costume party.
So 50, 60, maybe 70 of our patrons arrived, and they all came early and they all came in fancy dress. And then suddenly the police came in and said, "There's a bomb scare, everybody out."
Partiers fled out onto the streets, which would later become known as Derry's very first Halloween parade. Today, at 8 days, Derry Halloween is the city's biggest annual event.
I am Dracula, and I bid you welcome.
Down south to Dublin, where the city celebrates one of its native literary sons, Dracula author Bram Stoker, with a festival that's now going on 7 years.
He's often thought of as being a British author, but actually he is Irish. He was born in Ireland, and a lot of what you can read in Dracula, there's various ways of looking at the inspirations for that, and many of those are considered to be Irish.
Dracula also has a starring role in Dublin's brand new Vaults Live, Irish history told through immersive, interactive, live-action theater. Comedy, romance, sure, but plenty of spook and gore as well. Anybody seen Dracula? At Dublin's Marsh's Library, you'll find visitor logs signed by Stoker himself, who years before his famous novel came here to research maps of Transylvania. And the spine-tingling continues at Ireland's largest cemetery, Glasnevin, where more than 1.5 million people have been buried since the 1830s, and where the O'Connell Tower offers stunning city views. In the beginning, though, it housed armed guards on the hunt for grave robbers.
Grave robbing was very much a menace around Dublin, indeed, and all over Europe, as a matter of fact, as anatomy students were crying out for fresh remains.
The tower reopened to the public just this past May, after a still unsolved bombing shut it down 47 years ago. Right next to Glasnevin Cemetery is Kavanagh's, the pub of choice for grave diggers on a break for 7 generations. And these days, the best place to get rid of your fears, one sip at a time. Cheers.